the Yendi of stress and anxiety, Stoicism. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Let's dive into some ideas that can transform how you live and deal with stress and anxiety. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. Today, we're exploring how Stoicism can help us find peace in an increasingly chaotic and turbulent world. Imagine waking up in the morning without that tension in your chest, without that knot in your stomach caused by worrying about the future or things you can't control. What would it be like to live a life where challenges still exist, but don't take away your balance and clarity? This is the promise of inner peace that Stoicism offers. It's not a magic cure for anxiety and stress, but rather a way of looking at life that dissolves the power of these feelings over us. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy practiced for over 2,000 years by thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. These philosophers faced problems as complex and challenging as ours. Life in the Roman Empire was full of uncertainties and dangers, but Stoicism offered them a way to maintain mental and emotional peace through it all. The essence of this philosophy can be summed up in one phrase: control what you can control, accept what you cannot. Let's start with the most important principle: distinguishing what is within our control from what is not. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic masters, teaches that most of our emotional problems arise when we try to control things beyond our power. Think of situations that usually cause anxiety and stress. They often involve others' opinions, external circumstances, or even an uncertain future. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is truly within our reach: our thoughts, our actions, and how we react to circumstances. By learning to direct our attention to what we can control, we begin to free ourselves from the anxiety caused by what we cannot change. Another fundamental point in Stoicism is the practice of negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive, but it's one of the most powerful tools against stress. Visualizing difficult or negative scenarios is, according to Stoics, a way of preparing ourselves for the inevitable challenges of life. This doesn't mean expecting the worst, but rather acknowledging that loss, difficulty, and adversity are part of existence. By reflecting on these scenarios, we train our minds to accept them with calm if they do happen. This type of mental preparation reduces the impact of the unexpected, and instead of being overwhelmed by anxiety in the face of uncertainty, we are ready to deal with it with steadiness and balance. The practice of gratitude is also fundamental in Stoic philosophy. Seneca advises us to cultivate the habit of valuing what we have instead of focusing on what we lack. One of the sources of anxiety and stress is constant dissatisfaction, that feeling that we never have enough, that we need more to be happy. But when we start looking around and recognizing the good things that are already in our lives, we take an important step toward well-being. Gratitude allows us to live in the present moment and reduce the sense of urgency and dissatisfaction that often fuel our anxiety. Another Stoic concept worth mentioning is that of virtue as the only good. For the Stoics, true happiness comes from virtue, that is, living in harmony with our highest values: wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. This idea has a profound impact on how we deal with stress. If you define your well-being by external things like wealth, success, or others' approval, any threat to these conditions generates stress and anxiety. However, if you understand that true satisfaction comes from living according to your principles, the fear of losing these things diminishes. Life becomes simpler, and external pressures lose their power to control your emotional state. For Stoics, the secret of inner peace lies in accepting the present. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, used to remind himself that what happens, happens for a reason. This concept, known as amorphati or love of fate, means embracing the present exactly as it is rather than fighting against it. When we resist reality, wishing things were different, we create space for stress and anxiety. But by accepting circumstances as they are, without judgment, we free ourselves from frustration and fear. Finally, the practice of Stoic meditation is a powerful tool for dealing with stress and anxiety. It involves regularly reviewing our thoughts and emotions. By practicing this daily observation, we identify sources of anxiety and reassess our values and priorities. Ask yourself daily, does this really matter? Or am I reacting rationally to this? This constant analysis helps us adjust our focus and lessen the importance we give to minor problems, leaving our minds lighter and more at peace. These Stoic teachings don't promise a life without challenges, but they give us a way to face these challenges with greater calm and wisdom. Imagine the impact it would have on your life if you could face stress and anxiety with the serenity of a Stoic sage. Now, if you want to continue exploring how Stoicism can transform your life, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. This way, you won't miss our next videos on this and other philosophies that help us live better. Also, leave a like and share this content with anyone you think might benefit.